Many people believe that once we reach old age, illness, weakness, and dependence on our children are unavoidable. In fact, the image of an elderly person bedridden, constantly taking medication, or going in and out of hospitals has become a common fear for many families. But the story of a 91-year-old man I want to share with you is the complete opposite. At an age when many would expect fragility, he remains sharp and alert, drives himself to the market, cooks his own meals, cleans his own house, and most remarkably, for over 30 years, he has not had to take a single pill. What has helped him maintain such extraordinary health and independence? You might think he comes from a family blessed with longevity genes, or that he has great wealth to afford top medical care. But the truth is not like that. His family background was ordinary. His parents lived only an average lifespan. He was never wealthy. He had no expensive health insurance or special medical care. The only thing he has relied on all these years are a few very simple habits, repeated consistently day after day. And it is precisely these small things, which at first may seem insignificant, that have made all the difference, keeping him healthy, sharp, and able to enjoy life fully, even at 91 years old. This story is not only inspiring, but also a clear medical reminder. Health and longevity do not depend solely on genes. They are largely shaped by our daily lifestyle. That means no matter how old you are, you can still begin today to build a healthier and more fulfilling life. So, what habits has this man followed to keep his body and mind so youthful? Let me share them with you right now. Before diving into the first habit, if you care about senior health, make sure to hit like and subscribe to our channel so you won't miss any of our valuable information. Habit number 1, embracing the morning light. Every morning, right after waking up, this 91-year-old man has a simple ritual. He opens the window, steps out to the porch, and breathes in the fresh air while letting natural sunlight bathe his body. It may sound small, but this has been a golden secret in keeping him healthy for decades. Morning light does more than just feel pleasant. Medically, natural sunlight in the early hours helps regulate the body's internal biological clock. It signals when the body should be alert and when it should rest, which in turn improves deep restorative sleep at night. For seniors, sleep often becomes light and easily disturbed, so early morning light works like a natural, cost-free medicine that is remarkably effective. Beyond that, sunlight helps the body synthesize vitamin D, essential for strong bones and a healthy immune system. Just a few minutes of morning sun each day can reduce the risk of osteoporosis, ease aches and pains, and even lift the mood, lowering feelings of sadness or loneliness in later years. Simply by maintaining the habit of welcoming morning light, you give your body a fresh start and a burst of energy for the day ahead. Habit number 2, drinking warm tea in the morning. Right after soaking up the morning sunshine, this 91-year-old man begins his day with a cup of warm tea. Nothing complicated, just green tea, sometimes with a bit of ginger or a few mint leaves. Yet this seemingly simple routine has become his gentle ritual for starting both body and mind in a calm, balanced way. A warm cup of tea in the morning works like a gentle wake-up call for the stomach after a night of rest. Warm water lightly cleanses the digestive system, stimulates bowel movement, and makes eating during the day easier. For seniors, who often struggle with indigestion or constipation, this habit is truly a supportive ally. But the benefits don't end with the body. Drinking tea brings peace to the mind as well. In those quiet moments of holding a warm cup, inhaling the pure fragrance, and sitting still, one feels the spirit slow down. No rush, no worries. For him, it is the time to savor the stillness of dawn, listen to the birds, and silently give thanks for another day of health. A morning cup of tea does not just nourish the body, it nourishes the soul as well. Habit number 3, training the mind. Just as muscles need regular exercise to stay strong, the brain does as well. The 91-year-old man understands this clearly, so every day, in addition to taking care of his body, he always sets aside time to exercise his mind. He calls it his habit of keeping the mind young. Some days he solves crossword puzzles, other days he reads the newspaper, writes a few lines in his journal, or simply chats with neighbors about life and people. These activities may seem small, but they are exactly what help the brain remain flexible. Medical research shows that regularly training the mind strengthens memory, lowers the risk of dementia, and keeps one mentally sharp even in the twilight years. In particular, exercising the mind is not limited to words or numbers. Sometimes he challenges himself by learning to cook a new dish, memorizing the recipe, or retelling an old story to his grandchildren. Each of these activities is like a workout for the brain, helping neurons continue to connect instead of becoming sluggish or shrinking with age. More importantly, when the mind remains clear, independence is preserved. He can manage his own money, make daily decisions, and live without relying on others. That is the true source of his confidence, and also the reason he continues to live joyfully and healthily at 91. Habit number 4, daily physical movement. The 91-year-old often says, "A body that does not move is like a forgotten machine. The longer it sits still, the more it rusts." That is why every single day he devotes time to exercise. Not heavy workouts or activities demanding great strength, but gentle, consistent movements. Some mornings, he practices a few simple yoga poses to stretch and keep his joints flexible. Other days, he walks around the garden, breathing in fresh air while chatting with neighbors. Occasionally, he joins a Pilates class for seniors in the community, an activity that not only keeps him fit, but also offers social connection, laughter, and friendship. From a medical perspective, regular physical activity maintains muscle strength, reduces the risk of falls, improves circulation, and lessens aches and pains in old age. The key is not how much exercise one does, but the consistency of doing it daily. Even 20 to 30 minutes of light movement is enough to bring significant benefits. Because he has kept this habit of daily movement, the old man still walks steadily without a cane, experiences fewer pains, and is always full of energy. He often says that those steady steps are the secret to living independently, freely, and joyfully throughout his later years. Habit number 5, practicing a spiritual ritual inspired by Buddhist monks. One of the most unique habits the 91-year-old man has maintained for many years is setting aside a few minutes each day for a simple spiritual ritual inspired by Buddhist monks. It may be a few quiet minutes of sitting with his eyes closed, focusing on his breath, or softly reciting a familiar short verse to calm his mind. At first, many might assume this is purely religious, but in truth, it carries immense benefits for both mental and physical health. When one focuses on breathing or a mantra, the brain gets a chance to rest, stress begins to fade away, and peace returns. Modern medical studies have also confirmed that spiritual practices like meditation or chanting help reduce stress, improve sleep, lower blood pressure, and enhance concentration. Even more precious is the sense of tranquility this ritual brings. After each quiet morning session, the old man feels clearer in thought, lighter in spirit, and carries positive energy throughout the day. For him, those moments of stillness, sitting quietly, breathing deeply, feeling the silence, are like an invaluable medicine. Free of charge, free of side effects, yet powerful enough to balance emotions and make old age gentle, peaceful, and truly free. Conclusion. The most important lesson we can draw from the story of this 91-year-old man does not lie in the number of years he has lived, nor simply in the fact that he has reached such an advanced age. The essence lies in the quality of each day he has lived and continues to live. After all, longevity alone does not guarantee happiness. But a life where every day is filled with health, clarity, and independence is truly an invaluable gift. Many people still think that health is mostly determined by fate or genetic inheritance. It is true that genetics play a role, but medical research has shown that lifestyle and daily habits are the most decisive factors. A person may come from a family without extraordinary longevity, yet if they know how to nourish both body and mind with healthy choices, they can still live long and well. The story of this 91-year-old man is the clearest proof of that. Notice how none of his practices are complicated. Welcoming the morning light, something anyone can do by simply opening a window, drinking a warm cup of tea, simple and comforting. Training the mind by reading the newspaper, writing in a journal, or just chatting with loved ones. Moving the body, not with exhausting workouts, but by walking, doing light yoga, or joining a gentle exercise class. And finally, practicing a spiritual ritual, whether meditation, chanting, or just a few minutes of deep breathing in silence. Each of these is a small, familiar action, but when repeated daily, they create a profound transformation for both body and spirit. That is the lesson. Health is not a game of chance, but the result of small decisions repeated consistently. You do not need to change everything overnight. No one demands that you follow a perfect diet, endure harsh workouts, or pursue complex methods. What matters is to begin. Simply begin with one small habit. Perhaps tomorrow you might try opening the window to welcome the morning sun, giving your soul a fresh start. Or maybe just brew yourself a warm cup of tea and sip it in silence. The first steps are always gentle, and it is that very gentleness that makes them easier to adopt and maintain. Gradually, your body will adapt to the new rhythm. Your mind will recognize the benefits, and you will feel yourself growing stronger and clearer each day. When the body feels cared for, it responds. It responds with supple joints, with memory that remains sharp, with deep and peaceful sleep. It responds with steady steps, free from dependence on others. And most importantly, it responds with joy. The joy of living independently, of doing what you love, of cherishing moments with grandchildren and friends. This man's story also gives us another perspective. Old age is not merely a stage of decline and illness. It can be a precious season of life to enjoy the fruits of past years, to slow down, and to experience deeper peace in each moment. But this is only possible if health remains strong. And such health does not come from luck. It comes from the way we treat our body and mind each and every day. I want to emphasize, it is never too late to start. Whether you are 50, 60, or even 80, you can still choose a small habit to practice. Do not pressure yourself to change everything. Choose one thing that feels easiest, most familiar. It might be a short walk around the house after dinner, or 5 minutes of sitting quietly and breathing deeply. When you begin to feel the positive changes, that very feeling will encourage you to take the next step. This is the greatest message I want to send. Living long is not enough. One must live long with health, freedom, and meaning. Live healthily so as not to be a burden to loved ones. Live with clarity so you can continue to decide for yourself, to remain the master of your own life. Live with meaning so that each day when you open your eyes, you feel grateful for another chance to love, to share, and to smile. So if you are listening to these words, ask yourself, what have I done today to care for my body and mind? Did I give myself the chance to welcome the morning light? Did I enjoy a cup of tea to start the day? Did I give my brain a little exercise? Did I move my body so it would not grow rusty? And did I take a few minutes to let my spirit be calm and at peace? These questions can become your compass for entering old age with intention and joy. Do not wait until illness comes knocking to begin. Do not let age stop you from living fully. It is these simple habits, repeated day after day, that are the true secret to living long, living well, and living with meaning. The story of the 91-year-old man is not a rare miracle. It is a reminder that each of us has the power to create that miracle for ourselves. And it all begins today with one small choice you decide to make for your own life.